Target Series heads to Kentucky here at the Kentucky Speedway for the running of the KFC 300 on our road to get to the chase for season number 8. Dylan Ibrahimian in the 36, who has completed every lap so far this season, has the pole for today's race. Who's outside in second is the 11 of Jose Mills. Then third, Diego Yepes. Fourth is Jason Larker, and Greg Torres rounds out the top 5. Who's outside sixth is Simon Bloomfield. 7th place we have Ryan Brommer, 8th is Adam McDowell, and 9th is Trip McGinnis, and Sebastian Kukulon rounds out the top 10 the 4 car. For the rest of the others, Jeff Buford, who are inside is George Cooper. Then behind them, Kashawn Richardson with Franz Device. And we have Paul Taylor and Nathan Orman, along with Steve Larker and Jonathan Rains. And there's Anthony Hernandez and Max Anderson, along with Trey Rainey and Alexander Rowe. And with William Bolin and Colton Yo. Behind him is teammate Eli Bright, Samet Osgood, who is inside. And we have Oliver Galway and Mike Burrow, along with Levi Shones, and second in points with Danny Lloyd in the 21. Then points leader Jake Galway, 3 wins this season, who's inside his last racer, and Matthew Wells winner at Darlington. Then we have Jeff Wright with William Seaman, along with Anthony Charlebois and Greg Lee. Then there's Patrick Smith and Cole Luigi, along with Derek Hamill and Riley Spurleytube. And the final row is Justin Zidone, who's outside 42nd is the 12 of Luke Rainey. There's our 40 cars for the KFC 300. Those contracts time, fire the engines up.
Drivers, start your engines!
And the field fires up 42 cars here in the Target Series KFC 300. Ibrahimian, who has completed every lap so far this season, the only driver to do that, will lead the field to the green flag here in the Target Series Kentucky race. We are getting close to chase time. After today, Indianapolis and Hillside stand in the way of these drivers and a shot at the championship. So who will make the 12-man chase? Can Ibrahimian turn his season around and try and get into the playoffs for the Target Series? 30 laps here at Kentucky. Pace car in, Ibrahimian, Mills, front row, Yepes, Larker, and Torres, the top 5. For the start of the KFC 300, we are green in Kentucky. To lead lap number 1, it's a dead heat. We may have given it to Yepes there, and the 0 leads lap 1. And look at that. Here comes his teammate Trent McGinnis to the inside. Winner at Daytona and Alex for the lead off turn 2. Side by side for the teammates down the backstretch. Here comes Kashawn Richardson in the 20. With help from Adam McDowell. Now the 20 moves up to the middle lane, 22 to the bottom. Still side by side for the lead. Richardson tried to get clear of the 22. McDowell couldn't quite get that done. 3 wide for second through 3 and 4. Trent McGinnis will come off the corner and lead lap number 2 in the 01 car. McDowell the inside, push from the 35 behind. Nathan Orman the 2 as well coming low. McDowell the 22 looks for the lead through 1 and 2. Gets to the back of the 01, gets a little tight in the dirty air. Has to go up the racetrack now. Allows the inside to Simon Bloomfield. Allows the inside to Nathan Orman. That's a 3-way battle for second down the back. Orman inside has the help from Jonathan Rains and 7 Anthony Hernandez as well is there. McGinnis though going to come off turn number 4. He'll lead his second consecutive lap of the KFC 300. Orman through to second. The 2 cars are 4 wide for third. Maybe some contact between Rains and Bloomfield. They sort out for now. Hernandez and 7 down low. 3 wide as Orman now for the lead in the 2. Side by side for the top spot here in Kentucky. Orman inside, McGinnis outside. Here comes McGinnis' teammate Sebastian Kukulon on the 4 to try and help. We'll see what he can do. Orman's going to clear and lead. Aaron Kukulon for a second. Now his teammate Trip McGinnis has come off corner number 4. Orman leads lap 3. Side by side for the teammates into turn 1 for second. Kukulon is the inside McGinnis. Now looks for the lead on Orman. Sebastian Kukulon wants to lead the lap. He's to the inside. He'll get by off turn 2. Kukulon out in front of the KFC 300. Now can Bolin make the run? The 40 car looks inside. William Bolin for the lead in turn 3. Here he comes bottom. Paul Taylor is pusher. Battling through 3 and 4. Bolin comes off the corner and sees to his inside Paul Taylor. How about 4 wide for the race lead? Levi Shones an aggressive move to the bottom of the 00. Bolin led at the line, but Shones has the inside. Paul Taylor middle lane, trying to get clear right there in the 99. He slides up against the middle to Trip McGinnis in the 01 now down the backstretch. They're 3 wide for the top spot here in Kentucky. Levi Shones bottom lane, McGinnis middle lane. He'll surrender the spots. Levi Shones off the corner trying to lead the lap. McGinnis trying to fight back in the middle lane, side by side to the start finish line. Everyman goes around the 36 to the outside wall. Hard damage. Yellow flag for the first time today. And the guy who's completed every lap here this season is involved. Shones back in front. They're wrecking again. It's Keshawn Richardson, Jeremy Buford, Colton Yo. 35 to 22. Some get away, some didn't. As the caution comes out, and Ebrahimian involved in the 36 car. We had some others take hard damage. Cole Luigi, the 42. Patrick Smith. A lot of cars torn up, and that's on pit road Fran's device. Shones, the 00, led the field back to the caution flag. Mathis Wells up here in the 5. We had some. There's Colton Yo. You can see the damage to that 9 car. He's on the edge of making the chase. Paul Taylor has some damage because of what happened there under the L. Crazy. Richardson, Buford also damaged. The caution is out for the first time. Involved is the driver who's completed every lap so far this season, Dylan Ebrahimian. Hard contact, and look at the damage to that 36 car. He started the pole today. Let's see what happened. Caution is out early on in Kentucky. Here it is, battling off turn number 4. They got 5 wide. That's Oliver Galway, Cole Luigi, Dylan Ebrahimian, and McDowell. Nathan Orman, 5 wide, never going to work. So they're kind of bouncing off each other. Galway and Cole Luigi make contact, 15 up into the 36, puts the 42 to the grass. They spin around down into Luigi, spins him around. Smith nowhere to go. How about second in points? Danny Lloyd missing it. Ryan Breimer takes a hard hit. Fran's device, look at that. Smith up in the air. Ebrahimian a hard hit to the outside while Oliver Galway, Cole Luigi. Luke Rainey in the 12. Barely missed that there. Jake Galway, our points there, gets through it. But our first yellow of the race, the drivers completed every lap in the Target Series, season number 8. Dylan Ebrahimian, hard damage, and there were some hard hits in this one. Patrick Smith took a hard hit. Fran's device, Ryan Breimer, Ebrahimian, Luigi, they all took hard hits. I mean, this was a terrible crash down the front stretch. Some pretty hard hits. One more look at it. You can see they're 5 wide right there. That was never going to work out. Contact made. They got through the grass. Look at that right there. Ebrahimian, hard contact. Lucky not more drivers were involved. A lot of them able to get by. But then, under the yellow flag, as they race back around, Jennifer Buford, and I'm trying to see how that happened here. Looks like they just ran out of space. There's the 76 with damage. Jason Larker, Colton Yo, Paul Taylor, Yepez, McDowell, Rains, Bloomfield. I mean, there were a good amount of cars involved in that. So it'll be interesting to see how this restart goes, because some of these drivers are going to be starting inside the top 10, because that's where they got back to the stripe. Levi Shones, our race leader at the start-finish line in the time of yellow. Shones and the 00 is out in front. The KFC 300 first restart of the day here in the Target Series. Coming to the green flag at lap number 11 will be a third of the way done with the KFC 300. Levi Shones leads in the 00 as it's Cole Luigi, Patrick Smith, Ryan Breimer, and Fran's device out from that crash. 38 cars are on the racetrack on the lead lap. Dylan Ebrahimian still lead lap. Currently, though, is 20th with a ton of damage. He'll be slow for the restart. It'll be interesting to see if he can make up any ground and keep it on the lead lap. As it's Levi Shones out in front for the restart. Trip against behind him in second. Paul Taylor third. Colton Yo fourth. Cement Oskin fifth with William Bolin. Mathis Wells, Keshawn Richardson, Jennifer Buford, and Williamson. Let's see how the 16, the 20, and the 9 do on this restart. They are damaged because of the yellow flag incident. Back racing, the 9 jumps to the high side. Yo knows he has an issue and he's slower. He'll jump high out of the way. Another driver is very slow. It's the 36 in the middle of the pack. Dylan Ebrahimian slowing Anthony Hernandez and the others behind him up. The outside lane goes, the inside lane nowhere to go. Max Anderson, Anthony Hernandez, Oliver Galloway, Greg Torres all held up behind Dylan Ebrahimian, who is severely off the pace and will definitely be caught as lap traffic if the race stays green for the rest of the race. A lap right now caught. Justin Zidell, Jeff Wright. A lot of names back here being caught up behind the 36. Trip McGinnis, the 01, leads at the start-finish line. He's dominated so far today. He's probably led the most laps besides Levi Shones. But Mathis Wells, the 5, to the inside, looking for the lead. Looking for 2 Target Series wins in a row. 1 at Darlington, looking for his second straight victory in the Target Series. Goes inside the William Bone, the 40. 1 at Boston. Once 1 at the 1.5 mile racetrack here at Kentucky. They go through 3 and 4. 4 wide for third. Wells, Oskin, Shones, Larker down to the bottom wing, the 90. As 4 wide inside the top 3. Shones inches ahead to turn 1, but can't clear Jason Larker. The 90 keeps it tough down low. Kukulon, the 4. Alexander, the 76. Also up at the front. Comes the 28, the 61. Others trying to gain in this pack. Coming to 17 to go at the start-finish line. Bullen looking on Trip McGinnis through 3 and 4. The nose underneath the 01 as they go side by side. Bull in the inside against the outside. At the stripe, I believe the 01 led it, but the 40 has the preferred lane to turn number 1. William Bullen out in front now in the KFC 300 as Sebastian Kukulon follows his way through to second. Down the backstretch. Bullen, Kukulon to second, the 4. No help, the 01 getting a nice push on the top side. Can't get clear. Wells the 5 to the inside. Here comes Yepez. And McDowell, Nathan Orman. Kukulon for the lead off turn 4. Here comes the 4. To 16 to go right here. Kukulon, Bullen. At the stripe, Kukulon leads in the 4. 3 wide, third on back. Kukulon clearing the lead. Bullen slides up from the second position, allows the inside to Matthews Wells in the 5. Let's see what the 5 can do down low as a help from George Cooper in the 28 down the backstretch. Stalemate behind the leader. Coming to 15 to go, be halfway through with the KFC 300. Sebastian Kukulon leads in the 4. Matthews Wells to second. George Cooper inside the 28 looks for a second. The 5 gets down front. Halfway in the KFC 300, 15 to go. For Sebastian Kukulon, the rest of the field. George Cooper, the 28, the 0 of Yepez. Here they come 3 wide for second. Down the backstretch. Jonathan Rain still up here. And McDowell, Nathan Orman, William Seaman, the 2 teammates from Richard Childress Racing. Can they try and play into this? Right now it's 2 JD Motorsports cars leading the field, the 4 and the 0. Can they try and dominate the rest of the race? 14 to go. Yepez in the draft of Kukulon, just staying with them for now. And the 0 stays high. The 61 moves to the inside. Jonathan Rains for the second position. Off the corner, down the backstretch, Ebrahimian on the same straightaway. Coming to 13 to go. They are within range of catching that 36 and putting him 1 lap behind. McDowell, the 22, to second. Jason Larker, the 90. Here he comes. Kukulon still leads with 13 to go. He's gotten up front. No one's been able to touch him so far. McDowell, the 22. Going now, but Jason Larker gets to his inside. Orman tight down low in the dirty air. Had to lift and lost numerous positions on the bottom lane. In the middle, gets going fast. And that's kind of ruined the 3 wide. Now they're just double file at the front. And that try and help them to get Sebastian Kukulon here. Come to 12 to go. Larker to run. Gets up in line behind the 4. But now, how's Ebrahimian play into it? Who does he hold up? And who gets by? Kukulon. Which lane will he go to? And will it be the right one? He looks high, but now to the bottom. Oskin, the 93. But no one gets around. Now the bottom lane goes. Samet Oskin through the lead. And they're shuffling out of line, trying to get low. The outside, not the place to be. Larker's held up. Rains in the 61, a big move there. McDowell, Wells. The rest of the field getting around on the inside. Levi Shones through the front. Rogue get down low. Look at this. McDowell, Yepez, Cooper. Larker still stuck in the 90. Everyman nowhere to go. He held the high lane, which was probably the best place to be at that point. That second pack trying to run down now. They have Oliver Galway ahead now. The next car to be lapped in the 15. Coming to 10 to go in the KFC 300. Mills in the 11 leads the race. Shones to second, Larker to third, Bullen to fourth. 10 to go in the KFC 300 for Jose Mills. Levi Shones, it's been a while since he's been to victory lane in the Target Series. He's to second. Through 1 and 2, he's looking lower, down the back stretch. They race nose to tail for the front 2. Third on back, spread out, trying to get to those front 2 to get around them. How about Danny Lloyd in the 21? Inside the top 10, looking for the point lead over Jake Galloway. Another RCR car at the front of the field. 9 to go in Kentucky. Shown still behind the 11, can't quite make the move on him yet. But Oliver Galloway the 15, about to be lapped. Which lane goes, which lane doesn't, come to 8 to go. Galloway the 15 stays high down the backstretch. Mills the 11, looking to the bottom. Where does he go? Mills gets around. Shones gets around. Bullen gets around. Here they come off turn 4. Lloyd will get around easily. They're going to be on the inside right here to get around that 15 of Oliver Galloway. Seaman held up. Hamill, Larker, Oskin. Making moves on the bottom lane. Hamill gets in. Down to the bottom lane. Seaman and Oskin. Can Jake Galloway get around to keep touch with Danny Lloyd to try and keep the points lead? Right now, Lloyd is in a nice solid 4th position. Galloway trying to battle his way inside the top 10 for the first time tonight. He's not been here so far. Coming to 7 to go in Kentucky. No challenge so far for Jose Mills. Shones trying to get there. 7 to go. 4 cars single file, but no one can get to each other. And the lap times have fallen off by about 2 or 3 tenths because of the tire wear and whatnot. But Can they find a way around the 11 of Jose Mills in time? Levi Shones the 0-0. Looking for a way around, but can't quite find it. Pulling to the inside for a second, the 40 car. But got tight, and the 0-0 gets back by. 6 to go in Kentucky. Jose Mills leads in the 11. Shones second. Bull in third. Lloyd fourth. And it looks like Greg Lee's up to fifth in the 60. But still, no one with a challenge for Jose Mills. Coming to 5 to go this time by. Bullen again peaks for a second. This time he has the nose underneath the 0-0. He should be able to get the second right here off turn 4. If he can he run that 11 down and get by? Here they come, 5 to go. Yellow flag would end it here in Kentucky. Jose Mills leads. Tripping against the 0-1 coming forward again. Getting by Greg Lee for 5th. Now Lloyd to the inside for a second. The 21 car. He wants this points over Jake Galloway. Galloway starting to fight for the 19s down low 3 and 4 wide, trying to make positions up. Into turn 3, still side by side for a second. Bull on the outside, Lloyd the inside, coming to 4 to go this time by. Trip McGinnis, the 0-1, bottom lane, trying to challenge the 21, the 40. 4 to go in Kentucky. In this race last season, the driver got out front late, dominated, never looked back. That was Eli Bright in the 88. So far, Jose Mills got up front and has never looked back. Trip McGinnis, Daytona winner, up to second, but only has 3 laps to get to the 11 and get by him. Here they come. In the draft, trying to get there. And Ebrahimian ahead again. Will he play spoiler for Jose Mills? 3 to go in Kentucky for the 11. McGinnis, the 0-1, is the 1 in second. Third place now, Levi Shones with William Bullen up to 4th. And Kukulon trying to come back in the 4. Now side by side for 3rd. Here they come onto the 36. Can the 11 of Jose Mills get around? He looks low. McGinnis gets caught up and come to 2 to go. That might be with the 11 needed. Jose Mills out front now and by a good margin. Everyone else trying to filter around the 36. Ebrahimian caught for the second time today. Shones down low, 3 wide for a second with 2 to go. 3 miles left. Kugel on the 4 inside. But they only have 3 miles and the 11 has such a nice gap over the rest of the field. I don't see them running him down, getting by him. The 36 in the middle of a 4 wide. Danny Lloyd's been caught behind, and now he's back behind Jake Galloway, and the 19 might extend the points lead. But Jose Mills, the one out in front and in control. Coming to the white flag in the KFC 300. One last time around Kentucky for the 11. Mills leads. Kukulon in second, but not in range to run him down. He's in the draft faster, but it's too little too late for the 4. Here they come down the backstretch for the final time in Kentucky. Jose Mills leads. He dominated once he got out front because of lap traffic. No one was able to get by him. He caught more lap traffic, he got around at the right time. And he's going to come off turn 4 and become a winner of the Target Series in Kentucky. Jose Mills wins the KFC 300 at the Kentucky Speedway. Job well done by that 11 team here today. They were the dominant car there at the end when it counted. No one could get around him. And Jose Mills wins the KFC 300. So let's now go see the finishing results. Here are the finish results from the KFC 300 at the Kentucky Speedway. There was 1 caution flag for 4 laps and 8 lead changes among 7 different drivers, as it's Jose Mills reigning supreme and dominating at the end of the race. 11 laps led for the 11 to victory lane for him. Sebastian Kukulon 5 laps led in second. His teammate Trent McGinnis 5 laps led as well in third. Adam McDowell 4th, Mike Burrow 5th with William Bullen in 6th, Greg Lee 7th, Derek Campbell 8th, Nathan Orman 9th, and Riley Spurleytube rounding up the top 10. As we look at the top 20, it looked like for most of the part here today, it was going to be Danny Lloyd taking over the points here from Jake Galloway. However, catching Dylan Ebrahimian for the second time here today, put the 36 in front of the 21. Lloyd could never get around. Jake Galloway ends up in the 11th position with Lloyd down below the top 20. The 21 ends up 22nd, actually loses some points to the 19 because of that whole skirmish. 36 cars on the lead lap. Oliver Galloway fell a lap behind the books, along with Dylan Ebrahimian, who started on pole. And that streak in the Target Series of completing every lap here this season will end as he falls 2 laps down and 39th on down to 42nd out from the crash, which happened early on. And here are the points entering the final 2 races before we get to the chase. It's Jake Galloway in the 19 with the points lead, 66 over Danny Lloyd, who keeps second. Trey Rainey is third, Paul Taylor 4th, Franz Device in 5th, with Sebastian Kukulon in 6th, Simon Bloomfield 7th, Jeff Bright 8th, William Seaman in 9th, and Colton Yo rounding out the top 10. And as we look at the top 20, it is a very, very close wild card picture at the moment. Steve Larker is only 10 behind Colton Yo. Mathis Wells only 10 behind Larker. Lee is tied with Wells. Luke Rainey, Jose Mills within 19 points of each other. And Kashawn Richardson right now is only 35 points above the top 20 with 2 victories. So our 2 wildcard spots go to Kashawn Richardson, 2 victories in 20th, and Steve Larker in 11th, only 10 points ahead of Mathis Wells. And they look Greg Lee without a victory, but he only needs 20 points to get inside the top 10 in the point standings. And Kashawn Richardson loses 35 points, he falls below the cutoff, and then Wells would get the next wildcard spot. So it's very, very close among wildcard spots at this moment here in the Target Series season number 8. Mike Burrow with the win. He needs another one. Same with Trent McGinnis and Greg Torres. And for some of these drivers down here, it's probably lost cause at this point. Jonathan Rains, William Bullen, and McDowell, and some non-winners down here definitely not going to have a shot at making it into the chase for the Target Series season number 8. As we look at the race number 22, 2 races left before we get to the chase and the Target Series. We go to the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Brickyard, for the Indiana 250. I will see you guys then.